Enough is enough. Try something new, starting with a free credit evaluation from creditrepair.com. The three of us.
Hello. Hey. Hi, everybody. How you all doing today? This new morning. Today, or this afternoon. Well, no, it's not exactly afternoon. Late morning. And I would say early morning. Yeah. But then what was I now? Well, I hope everybody is doing at least okay. If not better yet, to be said, all right. Well, not best of all, to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed. More blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, and me and mine. Likewise, as well, all the same. Or so I say, regardless of whether or not that of my person I'm speaking correct, proper, standard English grammar of the American dialect, being of some of such qualities and quantities or not. But then, if you go with God more than anyone or anything else, you can get to sing your own rendition of the Mary Tyler Moore song. And of another vintage classic pop culture theme song to a TV show comedy. We're gonna make it after all. Ba, 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 ba. There's practically, if not possibly, nothing we won't try. Never heard the word impossible. This time is our time around, babe, to be found. We're gonna do it. Boom. No, don't do it your way, though. Do it God's way. Okay? So, how you y'all just doing today or feeling at the moment?
Obviously, it didn't turn out to be that way for me.
Huh? Family? Social media family? No, not yet. Don't even bring it to me like that. I'm just trying to be mellow, regardless of whatever my voice could be like at the moment.
What was your agenda? What were you thinking about?
Okay.
Why Andy?
Yeah, Carl, I can't remember
The day that I connected
to
Andy's camera
the
with
Sons of Anarchy
going through cameras that were
or
attached to
to
businesses
Vendetta
or something that's a
or
physical
whatever.
business with a store.
No, I'm just
And
joking.
It was warning
For
them
the
and
last
telling them
message.
to
That is
enable
the last before the
two-factor
last
authentication
message.
and don't reuse passwords.
Do you notice
Why
I
is
always
this
wear
on
some
your list of things
shades?
to do?
Well, simply
I've
being
loved computers
because,
since I was really little. Never
unfortunately,
considered hacking
although
a
I'm
bad
not
thing,
a
especially
world-renowned
warning
celebrity,
people
but
about it.
then
Are you really a Canadian researcher?
it would more than seem like I
I'd
have
like to call
more than
myself
enough of
an
my share
independent
of
security researcher.
haters and stalkers as if I
I
am
look
one of
into bug bounties
Hollywood,
and
or rather
vulnerabilities
should I
every
say
day. This
Hollywood,
isn't something
California
that was meant to get as big as
celebrities.
it did.
You know,
I guess you could say
I just don't want to
pesky
find
is
somebody
now
in my
something that
pad, in
actually
my
begun
place of
about making
residence,
two-factor
without my
authentication
permission.
easier to
Then
enable.
it could,
Andy,
there,
how do you
regardless
feel
of what my
about Hank
voice
at this
could
point?
possibly be at the moment,
Totally
I'll be like,
understand your
"Are you ready to rumble? Come on, what you got? What you got?" Mhm. Whereas it's bad enough. No, that's not a half of it. It's even worse than when these
Do you still
religious
think
farts,
that Hank is a violator?
the worst of the worstest of vampires, some of such that be broadcasting on the airways for whatever electronic medium device, be it television, radio, and etc., be attempting to make or force, to use the much more appropriate word, be attempting to force some or such anybody and everybody, being of whom they themselves could possibly come into contact with, to drink their own rendition of the Jonestown Kool-Aid mix punch. I ain't having that up in my personal chat room, in my PC. I don't like a whole lot of negative drama or whatever kind. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin,
Hey, family, have you ever
question to
run into, well, not
Hank
literally
to
actually
understand
run
more
into
about
somebody else in a physical kind of way, but to use, much more appropriate words. Have you ever encountered, somebody that was
Thank you for
always
asking that.
being
You're right.
negative, regardless
I'll
of
start by saying,
whether
I'm one of your
they
biggest
themselves,
fans,
this person and that person could have possibly caused a negative drama, or somebody else, especially with somebody else to influence them with
secondly,
negativity.
you're right.
I mean,
This was done carelessly,
well, if
and
not every
not
time,
with the
practically,
thought of
if not possibly
people's
every time, each and every
privacy in
time,
mind.
But you learn from it. So that's
running. Oh,
So,
there I go
obviously
again.
you're not gonna
Sound
do
like
the same
Ronald
thing again.
Reagan. Well, I hope that don't sound
Right?
just as much like
I
Sly
know I
Stallone.
won't be doing
But rather, what I meant to say is, I think of it with that in my mind, to try to backtrack here with no purpose of being, or else I can go on with the following from when I last left off, so that I could finish up as in complete a former previous prior line thought in the same situation. And sorry I haven't gone about the usual intro, introduction. We'll get to that shortly. Even if I can start from the very beginning, on 3 or whatever I said. Have you ever, encounter a person like that? Every time, well, it's not every time, it may well be every time, but then nevertheless I say, practically, and not possible, practically, possibly, no, not practically, if not, practically, if not possibly, is what I meant to say. Prince of Peace continue to regulate my mind compared to how the Prince of Darkness attempts to confuse my speech, but practically, if not possibly, each and every time you run, there I go again. Oh, I'm sorry about that. What I mean to say, practically, if not possibly, each and every time you encounter this other person, and this is regardless of whether or not one is related to you, or this is regardless of whether one is a member of your own immediate personal family household, or a relative, or a cousin, or a friend of your family, or a stranger. But each and every time, practically each and every time, if not possibly each and every time, is what I meant to say, that you encounter this other person. They're always like that is this one and that for the likes of their kind. Whenever you encounter people or persons like them, practically, if not possibly, each and every time you encounter this other person, they're always like, oh, woe is me. Woe is me. Ain't nothing gonna right. I think I would be better than I mean. I think I could possibly, or would probably be better off dead.
Till you fried it.
If it ain't one thing, it's another. I mean, every time you look, something or somebody else is attempting to rain on my parade, attempting to step upon my toes, attempting to push my emotional buttons, attempting to rub me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? At that given moment in time, when you hear all this repetitious negativity, I mean, that of another person, the other person continuing to repeat negativeness, you just practically, if not possibly, just want to scream out at that person. And like I said, regardless of whether one is related to you or not, that Prince of Peace continue Prince of Darkness to this complete my speech. As I think of it with that in my mind, to backtrack here. With me, no purpose being on no cycle going with the following from when I last left off to complete the former previous prior line thought in the same sense of the word as we finish up. But then you be like wanting to practically, if not possibly, just scream out and say, please shut the damn hell up. You're discouraging, depressing me. Oh my God. Some people. Damn it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me, from my friend, but depending on whichever one's gender is, you be like want to just say, just want to practically, if not possibly, just blurt out. Could you shut the damn hell up, bastard, bitch? It don't matter. What is the relationship that you could possibly have with this? There's another or this other person. Just coming off sounding seeming more than likely more often than not like a wet blanket, I mean, it don't matter what the season is, especially if it's like summer and winter. You gotta hear all that F and BS, that damn bogus crap, like
You know
Like,
you're not
it could be a
plug in a USB
hot
drive
ass summer
that you
day.
find
Excuse my
on the
language, pardon my
ground,
French,
someone
or
sends you in the
cold
mail,
ass
that
winter
when you plug that into your
night.
computer, they can
And
install
if
malicious software. Did you know
and
this?
when you could possibly encounter this other person, another person of some sort of such a type of a character, a wet blanket as that being, and the first thing that comes out of this dickhead prick's mouth, regardless of whichever gender one is, be one a male or female, one is like, saying either this or something similar to it. Oh, well, it's me. Or if it ain't one thing, it's another. You felt like immediately automatically you could just die then and there. The very minute a couple few words come out this other person's mouth, you're like, oh my God, here come Mr. or Miss Wet Blanket again. And be you with some of such others or not, you'd be like wanting to say that is to your company with you. Try to look the other way. Let's strike up a conversation. It don't matter what kind of conversation it is, communication, of dialogue. Just try to let's try to get this here ball to bouncing, so that when this person finally approaches us, because this person's on the way, shortly after he or she, depending on whichever one's gender is, will be here right next to us, going into one wet blanket routine, regardless of whether or not one has a legit, verified, confirmed argument, regardless of whether or not this person is like, going through changes with regardless of whether or not one's argument is legit. If one's going through changes with a proverbial neighbor from hell or a public problem neighbor, sometimes you just gotta ignore dickhead prick characters like that, for sure, because neighbors from hell are bent upon attempting to make another's life or others' lives a living damn hell. But anyway, though, and when you see this other person coming, you be like, come on, let's get the conversation going quickly, because any minute he or she will be right up on us. You see he or she walking down the sidewalk, coming our way in our direction. Where so that as you all bouncing the ball of conversation, and the very minute this other person with another, as he or she could possibly, become or be some such of a wet blanket, ready to hit you with a bombardment, ballistic missiles of negativity or of negative words coming out of that hole in one's mug, out of that mouth of theirs, or this person that, or this person, or he or she, where from there you should be like, hold it right there. We're having a conversation, okay? That's rude to interrupt. But then you don't want to do that either, because then that other person may really go at you. I know you all probably saying, then what should we do? I mean, don't you think you contradict yourself? You say, then you should, I'm saying, if you can, that's what I'm saying. I mean, don't go there. Don't try to do anything. But then, if anything, don't. When I say you should, if anything, I mean, you should go like this. Hold up, we'll get back with you soon, because I'm listening to somebody else. We're engaged in conversation. We were having a conversation before you showed up. Okay, you'll get your turn. That would be the much more discreet way to cut the garbage talk of negativity off right there, and then you try to get the other person to keep talking for as long as they can, so that hopefully this character that's coming off like a wet blanket will get bored and just walk away, whereas it will complement the saying or the cliche or phrase, don't go away mad, just go away. Say, hold up, we'll get to you shortly. We were having a conversation before you got here, but don't be like, hold up, we were having a conversation before you interrupted. That's rude, because more than likely, more often than not, that other person is really going to go off on you then. What you saying? Huh? Well, I ain't just as important as any of y'all. I was trying to share with you my problem. My problem depends on how many one has. Whereas you be thinking in your head, that's just it. We don't want to hear your problems. You're a wet blanket. You're raining on everybody's parade. We're trying to start our day off the right way, and we're not trying to have nightmares at night. Being that because of you or somebody similar to you, reminding any of us of a neighbor from hell, dickhead, prick, character, please just go away. Don't go away mad. Just go away. Damn it. Damn it. No, God. Why me? Do I have to listen to this again? Was I born up on the unlucky star? No, not him or her again. No, I can't take it anymore. I can't listen to it anymore. There's every BS coming out the mouth of this character. Oh, God, please. This is the worstest of ordeals. Well, that's not what I meant to say, but that's one way of putting it. Oh, no. Here come Mr. and Miss Wet Blanket. So you should try to get those others as well as you should try to talk for as long as you can or could, possibly or feel like it, in the hope that this other person could finally go away and hopefully not go away mad. But then if that person is still there, then you should do one of these numbers. But then I have yet to get another watch. So I'm like really looking at on my cell phone for the time, and that's part of my plans as it is associated with my own personal program of survival as a believing God. That much more now. Praise be the Lord, I'm saved. I'm no longer unbelieving. But anyway, from there, if the other person is still there, come off like some sort of such type of character, attempting to rain on your parade, attempting to discourage or depress you. And believe me when I say that some of the worst or worstest ones of the likes of those cancer type of characters in one regard or another are coming from religious channels, stations, be it on the television or radio or whatever electronic medium device, as they be killing from the pulpits, they be planting seeds of discord, discouragement, and depression. If that person of a character is still there, you should do one of these numbers if you have a watch, or pull out your cell phone. If you don't have a watch at the moment, like I don't have, I have yet to get another watch. Look at your time and say, oh, wow, look at the time here. I'm sorry, guys or fellas, I have got to go. And that should be a clue to the others to have them do the same thing. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is rather late. I had some other business to take care of as well. I'm sorry we wasn't able to get back with you at the moment. You say to the other person that's coming off like a wet blanket character. But hopefully the next time we meet, we'll have more time available to listen to you. Other than that, our prayers go out for you. As if you're believing God, you say something like that. Or if you're not, if you're still an unbeliever, then you just say, well, we hope you have a nice day regardless, though. We're going to be thinking of you, all right? And we're going to try to figure out some kind of way we can help you, be relieved of your problem. Because you're about to have us go, like a neighbor from hell character, moonlighting as possibly, more likely, more often than not, a crank caller and a stalker. Hopefully not likewise, as well, all the same as a home invader and intruder. Because that's a scary thought, Yeah, so if you encounter a person like that, to be like, introducing. It's me. A person come out like a wet blanket cat. It's me. I think I broke a fingernail. This is the worst of humanity. Talk about the Japanese blowing up Pearl Harbor of a U.S. military base. I broke a fingernail. It can't hurt. What a pussy. But then some of you all may think that I'm one, or a bitch or a hoe. Because I say I like little or no drama. No, I don't like little drama. I don't like any kind of drama. I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, for the sake of argument, that I would like my day to go with little or no drama. To be said like that, I like to like just step out of my crib for the baby boy here. No, I don't live in a crib, and I'm not a baby. I'm just saying, I'm not a baby boy. I'm just saying for the sake of argument. But I like to just step out of my pad, to put it like that, you know. And regardless of whether or not I myself am or could possibly still be an anonymous millionaire, multimillionaire, or billionaire. No, I'm not into that. Regardless of whether or not I was one at some such given moment in time or another in the past, I'm not that at the present, that much I do know. Hopefully I become a be, you know, either let it be said one or become a be one once again, depending on whether or not I was one before of that nature, you know, in the future. Disregard that. It's just another crank caller, more than likely, or should I say wet blanket. Yeah. Okay, as I was saying. Anyway, though, you know, some people, you know, a person character. Why can't we all just get along? And a lot of these characters are the likes of racists, you know, or whatever race. They don't necessarily have to be racist rednecks or white persons, you know, among their own race of white people, or among our own race of white people. Huh? I know some of y'all are saying, how can you say that? Well, what race are you? I'm a mixed breed. Although I still have white people, white persons in my family tree for this post 911 era of our new millennium, of this apocalyptic day and age, and where the doomsday clock is now at a couple of 4 minutes to midnight, compared on our phone preview prior to then was at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically perfect time. I just haven't seen my white relatives in years, okay? And hopefully none of them or none of us have any relatives of ancestors who were, you know, black slave owners, whitey masters or whitey misses, you know. But anyway, getting back to some of such other, you know, as I was trying to say, then you have a lot of white persons that are just wet blankets, you know, as well. I mean, that's good, bad, and all races of people. Person, don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing the whole race of people or persons. Mr. President Dotard, crazy ass Mr. Moneybags Donald Trump, calling the coronavirus the corona Asian virus, when it would be much more correct for you to call it the corona fag virus or COVID-19 homo pandemic. And because I believe that, I mean, don't get me wrong, but I believe that a lot of the spread of that global pandemic is sparked by homosexuals and gays and their alternative lifestyle preference of activities of an intimate, sensual, or sexual nature, being of which it's just so abominable or blasphemous, going contrary to the divine plan of God or the natural order thing. But getting back to some such other thing, what was I saying?
That's why there's meat-rich blue wilderness.
Yeah, but you have a lot of racist rednecks who be coming off, you know, just with all the negative drama that's just so ignorant, insane, and impolite, or another stupid, sick, sadistic, rude. I mean, they're like retarded, you know. And no offense is meant, no offense or disrespect is meant to be directed at any of the much more familiar, mentally challenged. At least they have more of a legit excuse for being the way they are. President Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying? Then you just gotta pray for dickhead pricks like that. Come up like that. I know I've been doing a whole lot of cussing and swearing, destroying my good testimony in Christ's name, but this is where I'm at the moment. At least I'm not employing the uses of those alternative expletives of profanity or other cuss words, which are not mentioned in God's word. You know, like say so much, you know, so far as concerning the Bible, the Bible, the basic instruction before leaving earth, regarding making reference to salvation and deliverance in Christ, our Lord and Savior, Messiah, deliverer.
We are the thrivers.
But then let me try to get off into some of this here intro, a much more familiar intro, before I continue from when I last left out, either to speak upon something that I had already mentioned, or something similar, or something altogether different. Okay, and on three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Hello, hey, hi everybody, social media family, being a whatsoever racist, but then not necessarily being a speed dial in this here, but not so much as, or not necessarily being a whatsoever walks of life, fashion is society, lifestyle preferences, being it because there's a reason on purpose for it. That my person haven't put it like that, you know. I mean, but it would go without saying, as well as go double, triple. You say it over there, see, they're no brainer, self-explanatory, as well as vice versa. You know, I mean, people's facing the thing, being at the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong crowd, been there, done that, don't want to do it again, anytime too soon enough again. Hopefully, it will get long time and coming if and when, or better yet to be said, if at all, because there are serious consequences for being at the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong crowd. You know, and trust me when I say I could give you more than quite a few. My own urban legend horror stories when it comes to that. Wes, I barely made it out of there by the skin of my teeth. You know, well, hoping not literally an accident. Then I have yet to get some implants. You know, I've had more than quite a few teeth removed on short notice, unfortunately. And now I look like the hubby dear or boyfriend or fiance of the Bride of Frankenstein. So I try not to open up my mouth unless I'm speaking. You know, I try not to open it so wide as much as possible. I try not to do that. You know, because I yet to get some affordable implants. But getting back to some of such other, you know. So far as concerning the intro, before I would go on with that vice versa, as I would usually give an intro for any broadcast, then I would speak upon some of such, subject matter, the issue at hand, pardon the pun that was intended, and no offense or disrespect meant to be directed toward anybody, so far as concerning past, present, and future sexual assault victim, the rape victim for that last that I mentioned, the murder victim for that matter, especially if they be of many different races of women and children or whatsoever, or whatever walks of life, fashions, and society, lifestyle preferences, And as I was saying, and I was, then I would speak upon some given argument, some of such controversy or not, or a plague upon any given society for a country or nation that has yet to be resolved, of a plague upon society if it has not been already, or be I were to speak upon a couple few, or four more for that matter, given arguments of a nature, with the many different views and opinions associated with some of such, topics of discussion to be debated, or conversations of dialogue. And then from there, I'll give the closing, with the special thanks, okay, to CEO of Commitment Security. Other than that, don't kill the message I'm just here to deliver. Hopefully, that much less likely with the usages of speeches of profanity, or in other words, cuss words to simply say, and therefore, likewise, well, all the same that we say, state for the record. Hopefully, that much less with an opportunity or chance to simply say to be coming off like some sort of such a type, being a whom phobia, believing God as a Christian, aka Protestant, playing the part of the devil's advocate, and less to been a part of the Son. Where the worst of two evils is other lives of those being a puma among themselves, being some of such these are those false brethren, as opposed to so-called holier than thous of modern day religious Pharisees and or Sadducees, wolves in sheep's clothing, snakes in the grass, or religious phonies, religious church hypocrites, religious shysters, religious charlatans, religious chameleon, religious con artists, the likes of false brethren, false prophets, the worst of the worstest of closet devil worshippers, being of whom make up the majority or most churchgoers or whatsoever religious denomination, from the pews to the pulpits of members and visitors alike. Okay. Yeah, now that I've got that all out the way, hey MJ, help me. Not the late, what you call, singer, dancer, movie star or movie television,
Today, part 2 of the exclusive audio
a movie
recordings of
star
Derek
and a
Fox,
television actor,
the former
but rather
Subway
b-ball
spokesman
player.
who went from a
MJ, help me.
pitch man
I'm getting ready to
to
toss
the
this
disgraced
bad
pedophile
baby.
at the center of a child sex scandal. Yesterday,
Score!
for the first time,
Something.
we heard him in his
Well,
own words,
putting
his
all that
own
aside now.
voice, confessing
How about
to
that?
sex with
You know,
minors.
I have had to because I get a lot of these broadcasters giving me notifications. Did I say notifications? Sorry about that. Prince, please continue to regulate my mind compared to our Prince documents. Since confuse my speech or attempt to throw a monkey wrench in the program with plans as affecting me on time, hoping for the great joy of you, then vice versa. Come for myself. But I had to silence
Yesterday, she
you know,
revealed the content
that
of
is
one of these secret
tune
calls
out
in which
a
Fogle
notification of
asked her
somebody
to
else's
help him lure
social media
innocent
broadcast
children
because it
to
could
prey
possibly,
upon.
interact or affect that of my own as it has done in time past. And I'm having, like some kind of internet troll in a negative. Oh, this is could possibly be another prank call. Disregard that, Joe. But anyway, getting back to what I was like saying, describe what you're hearing in the background. Focus on me, y'all. Me. La 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 la. Regardless whether or not you have a mind to visit some other personal chat rooms at the moment, I wouldn't be mad at you. Just don't come into mind like some kind of internet troll in the negative that wishes to attempt to change the format. Notice I said attempt, not try. Attempt, not try. Prince P continue reading in mind compared to how the Prince of Darkness attempt to confuse myself. Because the word attempt is for criminals, the word trying is for law-abiding American citizens and farmers. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Because I'm not having it. If I have some internet trolls coming to my own personal chat room, I will silence you, first of all, and then I will block your chat. Unfortunately, the very first time that I had a Q&A session with this particular social media website address app, then in which I have become an account holder with my own personal chat room, affiliate associated with and representing it, was coming from the likes of characters, whom I had mentioned earlier, being some of such internet trolls in the negative. Whereas I have had to do just that, as I had said much earlier, silence their chat, then block the likes of them, because life is too short to be engaged in foolishness, Whereas I can get more than enough of a proverbial neighbor from hell, or probably problem neighbor. That was just him just now, coming off like some sort of such type of dickhead freak character, How should I put it? Sadomasochist, sadist, psychopath, sociopath, Cali bully, or Taz want to be? No, I'm not meaning to sound and seem like I'm coming off like a wet blanket, but I believe in trying to be specific and letting you know something so that you won't have any discrepancy or misunderstanding of what I'm trying to say in any regard. But then enough of that, Not that I'm going to be coming off like some sort of such a type of a wet blanket myself, Okay. But anyway, though, I was speaking on last about how racist rednecks, or any races, for whatever race, with all their prejudices, bigotry, or negativity, it's been because they haven't expanded their horizon. They haven't encountered other people or persons who have a much different philosophy of life or the canons of happenings worldwide, here, there, wherever. All they have ever heard is somebody else or just as much of a freaking or effing idiot as them, brainwashing them, making them become brainwashed, brain dead, brainless. But you don't have to go there today. So especially if you come into my personal chat room and I'm trying to get a new lease on life for the greater glory of God, His Majesty, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, the Prince of Peace. Because nobody can do me like you, Lord. Oh, Lord, Lord, and Savior Christ, Messiah, deliver, or stick it to me, Lord, and stuff it in me, Lord. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that's great. Nobody can do me like you
Now he
You
wants
can,
my children.
like you
And
do.
it brought everything
Oh,
to the realization that,
oh,
you know,
oh,
it's so
Lord, give
personal
me
to
that
me now.
big
The
old
other
meaty,
names,
juicy,
how they
hairy,
they were all
blessing
made
of
up. I
positive
didn't have
Christian
that
growth.
personal
Oh,
connection with
I'm
anyone
feeling you,
to
Lord.
my
That wasn't
children.
meant to be gay.
And that is something
I know some could say,
that
don't you think that's
is
rather
sacred.
disrespectful and
You
contradict how
do
you supposed to be
not
believing
come
God
near
as a
my
Christian?
children. And I
AKA
did
protest.
this for the
He don't
sake
want
of,
us to, be bored.
yes, I did.
Boredom
I was,
is
however, able
another
to
feeling of
control
pain.
my anger with him.
You don't want us to feel pain. Pain is another feeling of boredom. You know, an idle mind is the devil's workshop. He wants us to be versatile. Just say versatile. Prince P, continue regular in my mind compared to how Prince started to attempt to confuse him. He wants us to be versatile, is what I
The
mean to say, but he
party
don't want us to
idea
be
came up from
card-carrying members
Jared
of the
wanted me
LGBT
to
community.
plan a party.
You know, the strangest I ever felt like,
Yes,
speaking upon it last night, it comes to mind.
that's correct.
At one time or another, in time past, I had become subject to experiencing bisexual tendencies.
That's exactly what he wanted
But
me to
no,
do.
don't even go
And
there. Don't even try.
he
Don't even
wanted
think
me to
before
set
you
up
get there.
my children, but along with their
you know,
friends and
that
their
is
friends'
having a
siblings.
misunderstanding and misconstrue what I was trying to say in regards in reference to those words that I mentioned last. Thing is though, all those times in the past, I had become subject to experiencing bisexual things. I know some of you all may be saying, "Are you sure you're not experiencing or have become subject to experiencing some of such now, the way you're sounding?" Disregard that, regardless of whatever my voice may be. Like, I'm trying to have some fun, see? So don't even go there, don't even track. But anyway, getting back to some of such, all the times in time past that I had become subject to experiencing some of such bisexual tendencies, but thank God I had never transformed any bisexual mental thoughts into bisexual physical actions. As God is my witness, as the devil is my witness, for that matter. As a matter of fact, I hate faggots and transgenders. If I look at matters from a human standpoint of view, but from a godly one, I just have to pray for them. Well, for one thing, a lot of faggots, they have in time past, some of them still do so at the present, but hopefully not as much as they had done or did in time past, but they would attempt to remind me of proverbial neighbors from hell, or faggoty closet, faggot public nuisance problem neighbors, attempting to make my life a living damn hell. As these here faggots, upon premises and properties of mass transit of public transportation system with all of its many different bus and or train routes, or for atmospheres of places of businesses, be it of some such that are public or private, they would attempt to crowd my private little space areas. And I didn't like that, as they would become off like cowardly bullies in their own right. When they could possibly have more than enough standing room area available to them to stand in, and likewise, well, all the same, more enough seat plan arrangements available to them to sit in. But yet they will always come my way for some reason or another. I don't know, do I have a post on my back saying faggots headhunt me in any kind of way? Or to have them be like wanting to save from there, practically, if not possibly, or you could see it in their eyes or in their conversation or dialogue. You better make sure you have a curfew. Otherwise, we're going to kidnap and rape you or molest you. You better make sure you make your curfew at night in the evening. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really now. www.godhasfast.com. No, I just reflecting upon a social media website address, email of a religious nature. Though they have good social media broadcasts at times, more likely, more often not, they have bad social media broadcasts being of a religious or spiritual nature, being because they're being sacrilegious, they're being blasphemous, they're not giving God his glory like they could possibly think of it with man's intention to do so, being because God doesn't or don't hate faggots. God doesn't or don't hate faggots or homos or transgenders or lesbians, because if he hated anybody, God could not be God. He couldn't have given his life on the cross of Calvary to save the lost souls of humankind. See? Okay? If God hated anybody, then he would never be the devil. And heaven would no longer be heaven, it would be hell. We all would be on the road to destruction. Nobody would become or be saved because there would be no savior to be sacrificed to save the lost souls of humankind for any of us who could possibly at some given moment in time want to profess faith in Christ, our Lord and Savior, Christ, the Messiah, deliverer, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, the Rabbi of rabbis. I know I may catch a lot of flack for saying that last, coming from a lot of Muslims or Muslims, because the title rabbi is a Jewish title. But who gives a damn? I don't. Neither should anybody else. If you want to be pig-headed, if you want to be brainwashed or brain dead or brainless and all your stupidity or racist bigotry or so much effing BS, that's you. That's not me. I don't hate the white Jewish. Though they're fake Jews. I don't hate the white Jewish. I'm not anti-Semitic. Some get them on time and other before I would have come back into the proper Christian frame of mind. If I would be playing the part of the devil advocate, less to been a prodigal son, that is. Or when I was an unbeliever, a non-believer for that matter, before I become a believer in God. If I should go astray as a prodigal son, then I'd be thinking of a mindset, like, wow, I wish somewhere in Tel Aviv, Israel, or Jerusalem, wherever, in the white Jewish state of Israel, those fake Jews, I wish some Palestinians or some Arab, Muslims, or Muslims, whatever, Muslims or Muslims, an Islamic nature, or likes of terrorists would blow up a bus or a train filled with Jewish rabbis. I don't think like that anymore. And because why? Well, simply being that because it's ignorant. As the late MJ would say, the singer, dancer, TV show actor, movie star, it's ignorant. It's ignorant. I don't believe that persons should continue to spread all this animosity, this hatred, and jealousy in the world. When we as humans hate one another, all we're doing is destroying ourselves. Regardless of whether we attempt to hurt or harm one another with animosity, hatred, or jealousy, it doesn't benefit anybody. We need to grow up, each and every one of us, or whatsoever races. Okay? When it comes to haters, they're not only hating on themselves, because you have to hate on yourself. If you hate somebody else, you don't like who you are, so you feel the need to hurt or harm somebody else to supposedly make your life, to make you feel better. That's not right. That's ignorant.
Any idea how much it will cost?
They don't even care about themselves, let alone somebody else. When they hate like this, when they be jealous of others, when they show all this unfounded, unwarranted, unjustified racist bigotry. All I want to say is they don't give a care about us. They don't even care about themselves. All I want to say is they don't give a care about us. You racist redneck, dickhead, prick, faggot, closet, faggot. Dirty cop white boys should quit kneeling your knees on the necks fellow American citizens and foreigners of a different race. That's ignorant. What about somebody that does not stand for the flag, the American flag? Well, though I disagree with that myself, but that's their prerogative. I mean, we live in a free society. We live in the democracy, or supposed so-called democratic republic. I don't think they should be penalized for that. It does show non-patriotism, but I don't think they should be penalized for that. I mean, it hurts my heart when somebody doesn't stand for the U.S. American flag. But I can understand their argument, though. If you look at it from one point of view, if not another, they're protesting in regard to how, America, the USA, is not so much of a democracy or democratic republic that one would think, when there's more racial bigotry permeating our society more than ever before. There was a white girl, as a Caucasian woman, in a convenience store mini mart or supermarket. She did something so terribly wrong, so ridiculously ignorant and insane. She took a bunch of masks, being of which had been put there for the different customers that patronize that store or place of business to possibly make a purchase of to buy, the mask for the COVID-19, aka coronavirus. She just whereas the masks were on this here stand, she just pushed the stand over. Like she thought that was, you know, something that was necessary to do. That was that serious for her to do something so ridiculously ignorant or insane. It's ridiculously ignorant as well as ridiculously insane. That's ignorant. I'm like, wow, why would you do that? You must really hate yourself. The very reason why I say that, mention that last, is being because, you don't know whether or not you could be the very next one, the new casualty to this global pandemic war, to COVID-19, to coronavirus. And you want to just push over a stand that houses the different masks, security masks to ward off, to combat what we're experiencing all over the world with the global pandemic, COVID-19, coronavirus. That's just crazy. I'm like, oh no, you didn't. I'm like, Miss, are you insane? Do you want somebody to drop a dime on you, that drop a dime to the police, the cops, the boys in blue, Flatfoot, the Fuzz, or whatever I said? Do you want me to call the guys or fellas in the white jackets with the butterfly nets? Because that was stupid of you. That was not only stupid, it was sick. It was nuts. Why would you want to push over a stand that houses protective masks? This is the world we're living in. Got some really crazy people in the world. I don't care what race you are. If you coming off like a racist, you're not trying to think to respect the rights and privileges of others, because somebody may have wanted to buy one of them masks and you just push the stand over. I mean, if that's not your property, you don't have a right to do that. That's destruction of property. She should have been arrested and carted off to jail by the local police or cops. That's destruction. That's damage to property for a store atmosphere, for its premises of property, as a public or private facility. She should have been arrested. Some security guard should have arrested her, then called for backup for the regular police, and then have her further arrested. Take her to the back of the store. They have a lockup in the store somewhere. The average store has a lockup for perpetrators or offenders like that, And then call the regular police. And then I know that Walgreens and CVS have its own personal lockup somewhere in their store for any perpetrators, offenders, or shoplifters, etc. She should have been arrested. Because imagine if I had been there and I had seen that, I've been looking at her, and I would say, Miss, are you insane? Have you gone nuts? That's a crazy thing to do. Why would you want to push over a stand that is housing these masks that are supposed to combat the global pandemic of COVID-19, aka the coronavirus? Why would you want to do something so stupid and sick? That's insane. That's crazy. This was a white girl that did this here, and she was a racist redneck, because because another white girl asked her, she said, why would you do something like that? Just push over the stand with these masks. She said, because I'm white. I have white privilege. I'm like, you's a stupid bitch is what you is. You's a stupid and sick bitch. You's a stupid and sick. White privilege should only go so far, Well, I'm not saying white privilege should not go anywhere, but if it's gonna be that damn stupid, it shouldn't be like allowed to be expressed in any kind of regard. If you have somebody that's supposed to be a white person claiming white privilege, and if there's something getting wrong with time, you have a customer already in the line, and then a customer of a different race, a white person just rush up in line and gets in front of that other person. Say, here's my stuff to the cash register attendant. Ring it up. Here's my different item product. Where the person that's non-white be standing behind that white person that just bogarted, that just butted the line and said, "Excuse me, miss, is there a problem? I was already here." Don't argue with that Karen of a white girl. Just back up and say, "Go ahead, missy. If it's that serious, go ahead. Go ahead and get your item product." But I was standing here because if anything, you should be thinking in your head, this white person's got a serious cuckoo for Cocoa Pops problem. And it's not going to benefit either of us to. If I get into a verbal exchange with her, obviously she has a serious mental disorder, mental problem. You just have to pray for people like that. Because she like to go off and go all willy nilly, half cocked, cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, crazy, loony as a tune, going to her own song and dance routine. Excuse yourself. I'm a white person. You hear? You say I butted the line? I don't know what you're talking about. You should have said something if it was already here for your information. I mean, I've encountered that at one time or myself. What you need to do is just shut your mouth. Shut that hole in your mug. Otherwise, I'm going to use my itchy 911 emergency number dialing finger. And guess who you're going to talk to from there? Okay? And I'm not talking about the Keystone Cops in a television comedy either. I'm talking about the real McCoy, the real deal. And I support our police. I don't know what you black people or Hispanic peoples or Asian peoples do when it comes to that to show what you think about the police. I don't know what you black peoples, especially, or even so you Hispanic or Asian peoples, even so you Hispanic or Asian, even so you Hispanic people, the Asian people. Well, you all know what I say. You get the idea. But we support our city. We support our local police. All us white people, white persons. And I'm not a racist. Don't go there. Don't even try it. Don't even think it. I'm not a racist. I'm just telling like it is. There are more black people, more Hispanic people, more Asian people for that matter, being a whom are a bunch of uncivilized savages. There are more white people that are civilized. You ought to be thankful that my people have brought your people over here on those different boats. Call it slave ships, call it what you will. But if you were still over there in deepest, darkest, uncivilized, savage Africa, you would be experiencing some of the same misfortunes as those native Africans across the great waters of the Atlantic, than to be so blessed here in the United States of America. Let me make myself perfectly clear. Let me point that out to you. You have to be thankful that you're here in this democratic republic, in this democracy of the USA. So don't complain. You did not say anything. Okay, for your information. How was I supposed to know that you was already here? But I'm here now. What you should do is just shut your mouth. Otherwise, I'm going to call the police on you. I'm going to call the cops. Yes, my name is Karen. My name is literally actually Karen. Though I don't appreciate that stereotype. That is racist. As if she's not. You just better shut your mouth and leave me alone. Ain't that crazy? You don't have the right to speak to me like that. Don't raise your voice to me. Don't attempt to chastise me or reprimand me. I'm not your child. I'm a grown adult person like you are. If you want respect, you have got to give respect. You be like, what the damn hell? Where's this coming from? What the? Did an alien from outer space come from another planet and coming to this person? Is this the cousin of Linda Blair or what? Is she serious? Really now. You got some crazy, really crazy people in the world. I remember that one. I remember this is a real life urban legend horror story of my own that I had personally experienced. I went into one of these dollar stores at one time or another. There was this white girl. That wasn't meant to sound or seem so much as racist. That was meant more as a figure of speech. Take it for what you want. If any white people or white person got a problem with me saying there was this white girl, then get the damn hell out of my chat room and don't come back. It wasn't meant to sound like really racist. When I say white girl, I like making reference to, or in other words, a Caucasian woman. I mean, somebody could call a black woman that is African American or black American. I don't relate to Africans. We're not. No Africans don't give a damn about us. The average one. They think we're a bunch of cotton pickers. That's the saying over there in Africa. Damn black Americans, a bunch of cotton pickers, a bunch of black slaves, as if they're not over there in their country. In our mother country, being raped, even after the independences, the revolutionary independence of the different countries and nations, some of them are still being raped by the white colonial powers or white people, white races, really. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So, just like African, or rather black American person, a black American citizen, or a colored person, or a Negro. At the time, not nigger, but though there are niggers or niggers among us, Williams left for the niggers and niggers that make the rest of a black person look better. I mean, though black American, of a female could be called a black sister. That don't mean that she's any less of a woman.
My children to this day,
it's just a figure of speech, okay? So you white people, and then you white people, white person, you should not have a beef with me calling a Caucasian woman a white girl. I mean, y'all been calling us black persons, black boys and black girls for the longest. So chill out, all right? Snap out of it, I wasn't trying to come off like some kind of racist, though I am a card-carrying member to the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party, let it be said. I mean, no. I cater to the philosophy of the original Black Panther Party. Not the new Black Panther Party, though I'm a card-carrying member to that, but I haven't become active being because I don't agree with it. Simply being that because the new Black Panther Party, or BPP, is reminding me of some such other, like the Black Lives Matter movement, that I suspect to be nothing more than a black street gang. I'm sorry, I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for saying that, but seriously though, whereas the very reason I say this here is being that because at one time or another, and this black sister, she's not like your ordinary, average. What is your average black person? A black American. But I think you get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. She's not like your run-of-the-mill dime a dozen or low man on the pole. She's like one of the practically and or possibly one of the pillars of the black metropolis in America. She's supposed to be a college or university professor who's supposed to be a card-carrying member to that of the Black Lives Matter movement, And whereas, some news correspondents, news journalists wanted to interview her. And you want to interview her and somebody else, being a whom is associated with the Black Lives Matter movement. And she goes and says, she says something like this here. So I paraphrase my quote exactly. There shall be no interviews today. I'm like, what are you saying, black sister? You're supposed to represent the Black Lives Matter movement. And you're talking about there should be no interviews today. That only confirmed and verified my suspicions that much more. That the Black Lives Matter movement, not only as it was supposed to be founded by a racist redneck, Zionist Jewish white boy of a fake Jew who had escaped the Holocaust only because his wealthy or rich parents had paid off the higher ups during World War II upon the continent of Europe to not send their son George Soros to the death camps, POW camps, concentration camp with the rest of the white Jewish who were not so fortunate compared to other ones that were. And whereas from there, Even so, to add insult to injury, they had a high-ranking Nazi officer moonlighting as an SS Gestapo adopt their son George Soros, which further protected him from the death camps, the POW camps, or concentration camps. And whereas from there he had confiscated, real estate, premises of properties of public and private facilities of the former owners, being of some of his fellow white Jewish race of people's persons. He got it for little or nothing. More than likely, more often than not, it was for nothing that he confiscated their real estate, premises, and properties. And then years later, he would immigrate to America, and he would be like financing all these different clandestine, radical, anti-American, paramilitary, and political, social activist movements that have the possible potential to attempt to overthrow the U.S. government. And he founded the Black Lives Matter movement. Very few, if any, of those card-carrying members to the Black Lives Matter movement know that historical fact. That's a historical fact, And any of them that do know it, they're not broadcasting it, as you see, out of fear that the majority of them that don't know it, or their fellow card-carrying members to the Black Lives Matter movement, may give them damn hell for that if they voice that view and opinion of a historical fact, So with the BPP, the Black Panther Party, seeming to be more like the Black Lives Matter movement of a street gang that has been founded by a racist redneck Zionist white boy, George Soros, as well as the black sister wouldn't let news correspondents or news journalists interview her or some such that or some such others associated with that supposed so-called progressive black people's movement, which is a fake, a phony, because it's been sponsored. It was established, sponsored, and financed, supported and promoted by a racist redneck Zionist Jew white boy. Racist redneck Zionist Jewish white boy, rather, among the fake Jews, by the name of Mr. George Soros.
And have these unsuspecting children drawn to them.
But anyway, though, getting back to some of such other,
he was someone
that
you look up to in a
like,
sense.
right?
He was famous.
If at some given moment in time during any of my broadcasts, social media broadcasts, I may say white boy or white girl, don't none of you white people, white person get offended, because I would feel that you're just a bunch of racist rednecks if you do get offended, because y'all been calling black persons, black boys and black girls, regardless of whatever our ages may be. We could be 100 and something. You still call us black boys and black girls, being the racist rednecks among white people. Not all white persons, but racist rednecks among white people. So don't get offended. If you getting offended at me saying something like along that line, thought a white girl, a white boy, then you're a racist redneck. Because you need to look in the mirror at yourself. If you're not standing up against any racist bigotry or certain white persons being a racist rednecks that disrespect their own race people by continuing to belittle black persons, if they support that Confederate flag and Confederate statues that are symbols of black slavery and Jim Crow and so forth, if you're coming off like, unfortunately, he himself, who used to be somebody that I admired somewhat before he really started, like our present president of the United States of America, who I had considered to be the Führer for all racist people's person. Don't get me wrong, that title Führer is not necessarily meant to sound or seem or be racist. In German, the word Führer just means leader. If you look at it from that point of view, it's not another. If you look at it from a racist connotation, then that's a different story. But I didn't mean it like that. He's like the Führer for all racist people's persons. And hopefully he will be promoting democratic ideals more than dictator, like, know what I'm saying? But lately, I've been seeing that he hasn't been supporting some of such. He's been sounding more and more like Adolf Hitler, the racist, redneck, Jewish white boy. Huh? Some of y'all say, Adolf Hitler, a Jewish white boy? Yeah, Adolf Hitler, he has Jewish in him. That's another historical fact. So it's kind of ironic he would want to have killed off some of such his own race of people. He was part Jewish. Adolf Hitler. Getting back to some of such others. Now, President Donald Trump, I liked him for a while. He was doing some things I liked and not others. But when this was the killer, though, the clincher that made me start to dislike him and wrote him off as a possible potential role model. When he had our own American or U.S. police and military spray peaceful protesters with tear gas, like that wasn't a democratic thing to do. That was an act of a dictator. So something told me right there, there's something wrong with this president. Maybe he is closet Klan and closet Nazi after all. So from there, I could no longer support President Donald Trump. I said, no. No, I'm not doing a Kathy Griffin. I don't wish harm on anybody, but I'm not saying so far as me supporting him, it was a done deal. I'm not speaking in favor of you anymore. Heck no. And if the 700 Club in a religious television channel station supports him, there's something wrong with their format, Because if President Donald Trump is a racist redneck, then he's not good for the country. He's a part of the problem, then a part of the solution. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna wrap this all up, y'all. Because, I'm sorry I got deep on y'all for a minute there, but I was trying to, I'm not. It's not like I got into a funk, because I do believe in speaking on matters passionately, be it for business or for pleasure. On a positive note, that much more. I'm sorry about the cussing and swearing that I've done. Regardless of whether or not I have cussed and swear like a drunken sailor for this particular social media website
for over 25
address
years,
broadcast,
has helped seniors
for the president.
Recently, that's taken on a new meaning. Staying home.
I'm sorry about that. I hope the next time I get on here, I'll do less cussing so as not to destroy my good testimony in Christ's name as a believer in God, because I am a believer, believe it or not, as in Christian, aka Protestant. You hear what I'm saying, brother? Because I hate to do that in a lease, because it will prevent others from coming into the light out of all that darkness of the world and of their soul, if they're still unbelievers and unbelievers. If you haven't gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of the gold, suffering at the hands of some such Roman soldiers up on the orders of their religious superior, being of religion and whatever other superiors. Whereas he went to the cross of Calvary to become that perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me. So then, whatsoever race and whatever walks of life, fashion, society, lifestyle preferences, being of the old, young alike, of both two sexual genders, or males and females, representing the global community within this post-911 era of a new millennium apocalyptic day and age, where the doomsday clock is now at a couple of minutes to midnight compared on our former periods prior to then. It was like a quarter minute for these right biblically prophetic times. So I say, regardless of whether or not damn my person I'm speaking correct, proper standing in grammar, American dialect of some such quality and quantities, or not, be I speaking the King's English or street slang. For that matter, the bottom line is that once you were to profess faith in him, you will become or be blessed in one regard or another, in more ways than one. First and foremost, with his salvation, being of which is the only means by which you can or could possibly hope to enter into the kingdom of heaven, be considered or be a citizen thereof. Once you were to make that transition for the great beyond, the hereafter, afterlife. And second of all, you will be blessed with, that of his deliverance while you're still here upon planet Earth in this world. But first, you have got to get his salvation. Otherwise, you are not entitled to any blessings come from our Lord and Savior Christ, the Messiah deliverer. And once you go to cross on over to the other side, your final destination will be the lake of fire, damn hell, with the rest of the unsaved, unbelievers, and non-believers. Then of whom will be tortured and terrorized or raped, and whatever other mistreatments that they will receive come from the devil and his demon for all eternity, compared to how we as believers in God, as a Christian, aka Protestant, will be across the great divide that separates heaven from hell. Beyond the pearly gates, then which is much better than pussycat or putty cat of a woman for what she herself has got down there, waist up between her legs, her vagina. But then if you become or be believe in God as a male, He will bless you with a woman. Much better than the skeezers or skanks, whom you may be possibly used to or much more familiar with, depending on the individual or the male. Sorry about this shit. This is about that Jared Cat Subway who was coming off like a gay pedophile Catholic priest wannabe. But getting back to something else. Whereas if you profess faith in Christ, you don't have to worry about what your final outcome or destination would be, and because you would be blessed from there. One regard or another, you would have that insurance policy for your immortal human soul from there. Whereas you don't have to worry about anything in this world.
I am. There was a time
And even so for the next, because you will be covered by the blood of the Lamb of God to take away the sins of the world.
I just wonder.
Unlike the majority of unbelievers and non-believers who had went to hell. I know some of you say, well, what other unbelievers, what other unsaved unbelievers and non-believers, unsaved one? I mean, what is to become of them? Are you saying that there are possible? Yeah, there are some as such. If you are unsaved unbeliever, non-believer that had went to hell but managed to get out of hell through the good graces of God, then that's been because you had become subject to experiencing one of those beyond and back experiences, whereas God saved your soul from a burning hell, so you won't have to be there for all eternity. You have been given a second chance to reverse that decision, to have gone about rejecting Christ, whereas you could then and there, once you come back into the world, be placed back upon the planet Earth in the land of living, the supposed so-called land of living, but then no land of living in this world can compare to the real land of living, on the opposite side of this existence. Once you were to come back this way, you can reverse that decision of having rejected so great a salvation by accepting Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. Not like the majority of persons of unsaved unbelievers and unbelievers who go to damn hell, who are there for all eternity, because they did not become subject to experiencing one of those beyond and back experiences. See? But believe me when I say there are really no unbelievers or non-believers in damn hell. I know some of you may think that I'm contradicting myself compared to how others would tend to differ, but I'm not. Because once any unsaved unbelievers and non-believers go to damn hell, they immediately automatically become believers in God. But the thing is, they're having professed faith in God then and there, as they're in hell, will not be recognized. It will fall on deaf ears. Deaf ears, then, because that's the end of that conversation, argument, that cannot be contested, that they have been damned for all eternity, then, because they did not respect the salvation of our Christ, our Lord and Savior. They did not accept him as their own personal Lord and Savior while they was in the world, while they were upon planet Earth, before they made that transition, before they went on over to the other side of this existence. Because you have to accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior while you're here. Not wait till you go on to the other side to do so, because then it's a done deal. As a majority of people or persons who go to damn hell are there for all eternity, unlike the other ones who could possibly become subject to experiencing one of those beyond and back experiences through the good grace of God, and could reverse that decision or have rejected Christ's salvation. You understand what I'm saying? Man. If I could put it any simpler, I will. Well, that all depends. Well, I think I can, but not as a present time. Not that I don't want to. Is that what I'm saying? No. Or not that I don't need to. I don't know. But I don't have so much time allotted at the moment, whereas I'm about to close out. And I think you all, any of you all that still have half your marbles, will get a general idea of what I was trying to say, regardless of how fast or how slow I could probably speak on those matters. I think you all get a general idea of what I'm trying to say. Unless you like brainwash, brain dead, or brainless, or a racist of some kind, or just, I'm not trying to diss any ignorant persons. Actually, literally, well, if you look at it from one point of view, it's not enough. The word ignorant just means that you're not knowledgeable or something that could educate or enlighten you until you were to become knowledgeable of it. That's all the word ignorant means. It don't necessarily mean that you're stupid or dumb. It just means that you don't know. Each and every one of us humans at some given moment in time didn't know something until we got to become knowledgeable of it. So if you see somebody, notice or witness an ignorant person out there, it just means that they don't know something that they could possibly get to know until somebody else tells them or inform that other person. It doesn't necessarily mean that that
Your doctor should monitor your blood
they
levels.
can't
Tell your doctor
learn
about
something,
any infections.
unless they have some kind of brain injury. But then you shouldn't diss the mentally challenged, and because that would be cruel to do so. President Donald Trump, just as inhumane as it would be to have our own American or U.S. police and military go about spraying tear gas at peaceful protesters, when if anything you should have had them do that to the violent protesters, and more than quite a few of them was moonlighting as looters. And I didn't approve of that.
Stay active. Stay cuddly.
Other than that, I hope that you all have at least been entertained. Is that what I mean to say? Been entertained? No, hopefully that much more. I hope that you all have been educated or enlightened, at least by some, if not all, of what I was saying. You hear what I'm saying? And because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. It used to be a saying that goes something like this: here today, gone tomorrow. Now it's like here today, gone today. You don't know if you could be walking down the street as a pedestrian on a sidewalk, and a 2-ton motor vehicle could jump the curb and crash into you. Then you would be looking at the fires of damn hell from there. You know what I'm saying? For God so loved the world that I say that I'm typing something now. He gave his only begotten Son, so I paraphrase my words, so that whosoever, I said, so that whosoever believeth in him
No idea. Good RX.
will
Stop paying attention
not
to your prescriptions.
We now
perish,
return to the
but
Jared Fogle audio tapes. His child targets.
but will
Today,
have
the prosecutors revealed the shocking details of their case.
Fogle is pleading guilty to 1 count of travel to engage in
eternal
sexual conduct with a minor
life.
and 1 count of distribution and receipt of child porn. He will
There
face 5 to 12.5 years
is a way that
and he
seems,
will pay
there
$100,000
is
to
a
each of
way
14 victims.
that
The U.S. Attorney's Office made a point
seems
of saying it doesn't matter who you are, famous or not.
right.
If you exploit children and get caught, you will face the harsh penalty.
Yeah, there's a way that seems right. The name is ways there.
Has justice been served here by the pleading?
I don't believe so, personally.
What you call
He
it?
will be behind bars
This-
for a shorter
yes, I
period of
just
time
typed
than what
Maybe
he deserves.
the next.
I
Okay.
believe that the laws
Now here we are.
should be changed.
There
I don't believe
is
that justice
a-
is served.
You've done more than
There is
any
a way
citizen
that
or mother can
seems
be reasonably expected to do.
right
At cost to you, cost to your
on
family. How do you move
to
on?
a man.
I
Then
move on hoping that
way
other people listening to the story, that
is the
it just
ways
helps
of-
to raise awareness
yeah.
about predators.
It is
That they are out
appointed
there and they could be
on to
someone that you least expect,
men to
and not to
die
diminish the fact that
after
if it's a teacher, your coach, a
after
famous
this
person,
the
that the whole
judgment.
thought of it is
Do
just protect yourself
not
and know the
go
markers.
out
What I've
of
learned is that
this
they target your children and you need to make your children aware of keeping
without
themselves safe.
Will you
Christ.
continue to wave this warning flag
Yes, I will.
Don't go out
Can
of this
you do
world without
that?
Christ.
at a cost you can afford to pay?
Because if you go out of this world without the blood sacrifice of our Lord and
not
Savior
sure.
Christ, the Messiah deliverer,
But I'm certainly willing to.
I feel
Because here's the
sorry
thing,
for
you've been
you.
through something that
I mean,
leaves
know,
you changed.
Yes, it
and
does.
because if you don't have that blood sacrifice
You saved a lot of people
upon and within your
a lot of
soul,
misery
it's just as
because of
I have
what you've
said
done. And
before. So I say again,
the truth is
people
that if you
in
look at the
damn
literature on
hell
pedophiles
want
or
ice water
just sexual predators in general, research
and
tells us they'll
beware
have
beware
anywhere
of the
from 25 to 100
the
victims
false
throughout their lives.
prophets.
Those are the ones that we know.
Beware the false prophets
So when you take
and
one
are
off the street, you impact a
Antichrist.
lot of lives.
anti
And
Christ,
this is an individual
uh,
that was not your average
Jim
offender because he
Jones,
had a celebrity magnet
world
that gave him a lot more
Rick
opportunities than
there.
most. The truth is, a lot of
Jones
victims.
Town.
So, you know,
Kool-Aid.
good has been done, number one, in getting him off the street.
Kool-Aid
And
mixed
number two,
punch.
because it is high profile, it gets a lot of attention and raises awareness.
You know the
somebody would never heard of,
majority.
frankly, it wouldn't raise awareness. There have been 100 arrested since him that nobody's ever heard of. But this one people talk about here about,
You know,
so
majority
it causes
telling
them to be more sensitive, go hyper alert. So it serves a purpose there as well. But you have children, and they deserve 100%.
You hear what I'm saying?
They don't deserve a
False
broken mother.
prophets and
They
antichrist.
don't deserve a paranoid mother. They don't deserve
I mean, that's
a
sad.
fetal
You know, you
position
have
mother. They don't deserve
more and more of the likes
a
of these
mother that,
characters.
doesn't give
You know,
them all, and you're the only mother they'll ever have.
being as they are, you know,
Which means you got to take
fooling
care of you.
more than quite a few.
gotta
You know,
take
if it
care
were
of you.
at all
Whatever you
possible,
have to do.
they would fool the very elect, as
Don't
the good
ever
book
forget,
says. Hey, you all take
but
care
to
and be
heal
safe.
whatever's
Be blessed,
happening
not
to
stressed.
you,
Peace and love, joy and happiness. I'll
so
see you.
that
Peace.
you don't get dragged